Joining us live from Zimbabwe's capital, Harare, to talk more on the by-elections and the general elections in 2023 is political analyst Rita Mahomva. Thank you so much for joining us on the news at this time.
Thank you for having me, and greetings to you.
Now, Mr. Mahomva, Zimbabwe will be holding its general elections in 2023. How are the March by-elections going to be held this year?
I think the general model will follow a constitutional basis as already prescribed by the Constitution. And as you are aware, the statute and the constitutional basis provides an indication that these are special elections that are meant to fill in vacancies. So they are special elections with a prerogative to fill in these vacancies of our deceased and some expelled members of parliament.
Now, what significance will it have on the 2023 general elections?
Certainly, this would pose as a litmus test for all political parties in Zimbabwe. You'd also recall that we're coming from a time when even ZANU-PF has been having provincial elections, which in themselves have been characterized by some contradictions and successes, and therefore giving a reflection of what the party anticipates to get. So at a broader national scope, these elections provide an opportunity to test the extent to which there is electoral transparency, to test the extent to which electoral fraud may be kept, or to even evaluate its existence within the Zimbabwean political context.
Now, Mahomva, one of the reasons why the by-elections were suspended in 2020 was due to COVID-19. Now, taking into consideration the pandemic, are the candidates going to be given time to campaign? And if they are, how are they going to go about this?
Based on the instruction of the SI, the statutory instrument, we are told that nominations are supposed to be placed by the 26th of this month, and the elections are going to be on the 26th of March. So I assume that this offers an opportunity for campaigns, and we are not the only country that has held elections under the COVID pandemic. You would also notice that the political space has been open across the world. Tanzania had elections, Malawi had elections, Zambia had elections within the region, not to mention even other elections that happened even in the United States of America. So I think we're going to have elections that are just going to be COVID compliant, and yeah, we are going to have those elections, I think, regardless of the prevailing context of the pandemic, because in other areas, in other jurisdictions, elections have happened.
Now, some elections on the African continent have experienced voter apathy. What is the general expectation in terms of voter turnout for the by-elections?
Considering the magnitude of social media's influence on political behavior and political culture, you would notice that this election might be quite unique in the sense that there is a cross-cutting and inter-party discourse of mobilizing the public to register to vote. So within that context, I foresee a situation whereby the social media is going to play a very great role, but you know that it is the youth who mainly occupy the social media spaces. So what that means, it means that the youth demographic dividend will be consolidated to that effect. So I foresee social media playing a very huge role. I foresee the youth demographic dividend being consolidated in the process.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Mahomva, for giving your views on the by-elections coming up in March in Zimbabwe. Thank you so much for your views.
My pleasure. My pleasure.